Yo, what is up guys? It's the Goblin and welcome back to the Call of Duty Black Ops 4 video. In this video, we're into 2019 now, and Black Ops 4 had a bunch of just consistent banger updates throughout 2018 since its release, but over the holiday season and the start of 2019, it's been a little bit more quiet, of course, because people at the offices are on holidays, because everything is just sort of slowed down for the holiday season. But in this video, I want to talk about Black Ops 4 multiplayer, and the majority of times when you hear people talk about it, it's either completely negative or completely positive, but that's just not the case. There's positive and negatives about each game, and since it's been quite a while, almost 3 months now since this release, I think Black Ops 4 is a great game overall, but there's still things wrong with it, and I made a video like this like a month or something ago, and but this was an updated one where I want to talk about a couple things. Basically what this video is, I'm going to say something good about the game, and then something that I think could be fixed or improved, and then something good, and then something that I could be fixed or improved. And I want you guys to leave down in the comment section down below 3 positive things you like about Black Ops 4, and 3 things that you don't like, or that things that you don't like that you think could actually be fixed. Because, so, if you just say, oh, the maps are garbage or something, they can't really fix all the maps in the game, right? But if you say, hey, maybe this gun needs a buff, or, fix this or that, you'll get the idea, and I want to see your guys' feedback in the comment section down below. Also, smack that like button, guys. This is a late night video, and I would very, very much appreciate if you guys could smack that like button. Let's go for 1,500 likes. That'd be amazing. Subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Up over 940,000 subscribers. Huge, huge appreciation for that. So let's get right into it and let's talk about it. Now, the first thing that I want to say as a positive in this game, should we start off with a positive or should we start off with a negative? Let's start off with a positive. Now, the first thing I wrote down as a positive is that the DLC system in this game, while I don't think that the DLC system as far as the items and everything are up to par and are super cool, I think that will come out in the upcoming month. I think that the DLC system with the contraband stream and the fact that people that play this game can earn the DLC weapons and everything like that for free, and then the stuff that you can purchase on top of that, cosmetic changes, weapon variants, mastercraft camos, outfits for your character or specialist, and even cherry blossom and stuff is really good. So while I think that the contents of the DLC system could be improved, I want to give them a positive note on the contraband stream and the way that works in this game, where you don't have to pay for a new contraband stream every season, and you can unlock the DLC weapons from there, so everyone has a fair shot at it. I hope it continues to be like that in the future, and that's something that I would say is a positive. And I'm comparing this to the other, like Black Ops 3. The DLC system in that game had better contents, but the system around it was completely random, and you had to spend money and hope to get the supply drops. If you played the game, you could earn supply drops, but it was still random, and it wasn't where you could play and earn exactly what you want. Next thing I'll say after that being a positive, something negative about this game is, first of all, the specialists. I understand it because it's basically like, for someone like me that started playing Call of Duty, so many years ago and understands the game, how it's evolved and changed, specialists are kind of like just free kill streaks or free abilities to people. The Nomad's dog doesn't take any skill to earn. Sure, you can earn it faster, but once you earn it, it doesn't take any skill to use either, because you just call it in. So I'm not a big fan of that stuff, which is basically free kills for noobs or for anyone. I prefer something like, even like the Tempest, which is super duper strong, or the Annihilator pistol. Those things you actually have to have some sort of skill to hit the shots, rather than with a dog, you just call it in like a kill streak, but except you didn't earn it because you just picked that specialist. So I'll say the specialist is something that I'm not the biggest fan of. As long as they stay balanced and I understand the idea behind it, it's not the most fair system, but it is what it is, and we've seen this in previous CODs also. And to tie into this, another thing is the matchmaking system. A lot of people seem to think there's skill-based matchmaking in this game, where there's not skill-based matchmaking in terms of finding the lobbies, but I think there is some sort of balancing, where basically if you're in a lobby and you're a great, there's 2 great players, they're probably going to put those great players on different teams, and they're probably going to put, if you're a super good player, you with the worst team, just to try to balance it out, which kind of sucks. I understand the method behind team balancing, but once again, just another thing that hurts good players. And that's the thing that with like Call of Duty, I think that they're targeting, and I understand why. The competitive scene of things is for the best players for Call of Duty, and the casual, public matches, they try to remain casual and try to build the esport of Call of Duty and the games of Call of Duty by doing that, and I totally do understand with that. As far as matchmaking, do I think there should be skill-based matchmaking? No, definitely not. Do I think there should be team-based balancing? I mean, I wish it was just completely random, but I know that would make for worse gameplay, and it's just not as fair. So I guess the way it is now, it kind of does punish good players, though we don't know exclusively how good or bad this is, but the matchmaking isn't that bad in this game, but I think it could use some fine tweaks just to make it so it should be based off connection. You know, when I started playing back in the day, as far as my knowledge, it was just based off connection. You know, they would throw you in, you could see the teams that you're in before that you load into the game, stuff like that. They try to hide in this game so that you don't back out and that you can stay into the match, which is kind of cheeky, but I do understand why they do it. Next is a positive. The map size in this game, definitely a positive. Trust me, when I heard 5v5, no ground war, I was like, oh, come on, bro. I'm someone that's always loved ground war, always loved high action. If it's 6v6, I like 6v6 domination on Dome, on Hard Hat, on Raid, on these smaller, Raid's kind of a small, medium one, but you know, the smaller maps. I like that action on Nuketown, and when I heard it was 5v5 for domination, which is my favorite game on the game when I play the most, I was kind of disappointed. However, I want to give them a positive on this one because it's great. The map size is great here. The majority of the maps are great in this game. I wouldn't say the design is 100% great on all of them. There's certain things I don't really like in the design, like that vent space on the one map and, you know, different stuff like that. But I do think the map size in general is good, and a big plus for that, because map size is something that creates the pace of play, and the pace of play creates sort of the action and how fun it is. So definitely a positive, I would say, on that one, and that is the next one I have on my note. Next thing is something that they could improve on or that isn't there yet. League play and combat record. Now, what the heck is up with this? Now, come on, okay. They say that League play, I've done a little bit of research of this, and they said that League play was coming like early 2019. It still is, probably coming out very soon. But one thing they said about League play is that they're taking their time to develop it right now, which to me doesn't really make any sense, because we've had this in every other Call of Duty game. Can they not copy paste? Can they not copy paste and then expand on the build? I don't really understand that. You know, we've had League play in previous games. Maybe the League play system, while it's taking so long, is that it's going to blow us away, but I don't really know. I mean, we don't really know. You know, back in other COD games where it took so long to get a combat record in the damn game, the combat record didn't blow us away either. So I don't know why this is taking so long. League play needs to come out soon, and there needs to be something for more competitive players to play on this game, because that's something like Black Ops 1, they had some sort of system like this. I don't think it was called League play, but it was called like a competitive playlist, 4v4. It was so damn fun. Black Ops 2 League play, one of the best, and if they could create something like that for Black Ops 4, that would be major. Next is combat record. Why does Call of Duty take steps forward and then steps backward? The combat record and like checking your stats and stuff, it's nothing in this game compared to how it was in previous Black Ops games. I want to be able to see, like, I want to see in-depth stats. How many kills do I get? What's my KD with this gun on this map? With this kill streak on this map? You know, I wish I could see those in-depth stats, and Call of Duty tries to keep those out to try to keep it more of a casual game, which is understandable, but at least give us some sort of combat record like we had in Black Ops 3 or Black Ops 2, because those were pretty good, and you could sort of understand, hey, this gun works good for me, and, you know, I gave tips based on Black Ops 3 by telling people, check your combat record, look into your stats, because by, you know, looking into your stats, you can see what you're good at, what you suck at, what maps you should stick to, what kill streaks, what specialists, and different things like that. You can really see the efficiency of stuff, which does matter in a game like Call of Duty, where there's so many gunfights, so many different games. Efficiency is a major key. So that's League play and combat record. I think those need to be updated and different things like that. Next thing I want to give them, this one's kind of a positive and a negative. The positive is the consistent updates throughout 2018, the balancing changes, all that was amazing. However, that's what I'll say, you know, Treyarch, I do trust these guys to create constant updates and to balance the game out, so it's a big positive for them. If they didn't just leave the SMGs in a garbage state, they buffed them, they nerfed the ARs, and it took them a couple months, but the game is in a spot where it's not completely balanced now, but it's still good. And on the other end of that, I think that going into 2019, we still need to see these consistent updates and these meta balancing changes, because it's something that always keeps the game fresh on their toe, like keeps players fresh on their toes and keeps the game fresh and fun to play. A game like League of Legends that's been out for so many years has gone through so many different metas, and I would love to see stuff like that be possible with like a Call of Duty. And that's a positive, is that their updates have been good, and I want them to continue to keep doing those updates. And then the last thing I have here for them to improve on, or that I think could be better, is give us more free cosmetic stuff. Give us cosmetic stuff. Give us more rewards that are, you know, the contraband system, like I said, is good, and the way we earn DLC weapons is good. However, I want to see more stuff like as far as DLC, they should be doing more weapon variants, more camos, more stuff that could just spice up the game, because the maps, some of the maps are bright and beautifully colored, some of them are more down dark in the dumps. But if you have guns that have super duper cool camos and fresh things like the fighter ace it was on the ABR and different cool variants, the Great Lion and the SOG, I want to see a bunch of different variants for every single gun, kind of like we had in World War II, and I would really like to see that in this game, keeping them cosmetic, but keeping them cool and keeping them if you're throwing in a cosmetic gun variant, don't charge $10. Give those, put those out rapidly and at a lot higher rate for a lot cheaper price, because people want to spend money on this game. People love this game and play it day in and day out, but we want it to be fair and we want it to be a good system with the DLC, which it is a decent system so far. The contraband is good, but I really think that doing more camos and you know, if you look at IW, like you can, even a game that people didn't really like, you can take things like they crowded supply drops with the camos. The reason why they did so many camos in that game was to crowd supply drops to lower people's chances. The reason why they don't do as many camos in this game so far is because there's no supply drops. They don't have anything to crowd, so it is kind of cheeky, but I really want more cosmetic cool stuff in this game. I think all this stuff is going to ramp up over the upcoming months, but this video is to talk about the multiplayer in general, just some positives and some negatives on it, because I really do think that that's where this game is. It's a good game, it's a really fun game, and now we just have to wait and see what Treyarch does with it and what these updates do to see how great of a life cycle this game actually is going to have, because I really do enjoy it, but I want to have a super duper great life cycle and see if it could compete with things like Black Ops 3 and Black Ops 2, which had insane life cycles. Thanks for watching, guys. Drop a like on this thing if you guys could, and those life cycles are probably still going at a certain pace, especially with BO2 coming back, backwards compatible. BO3 has just been so popping for years. Drop a like on this thing, guys, if you guys made it to the end. Smack that like button, subscribe to the channel if you guys knew. I'd very, very much appreciate that, and let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. You know, keep it positive and negative, you know, leave honest opinions in the comments, and that's about it, guys. Drop a like, subscribe, and I'm out. I'll see you in the next one. I'm out. Peace.